Happy 2023. I am back. How has this year been treating you so far? I know it's been a month since you've last heard from me, and you might find it odd that I go missing at the top of the year, considering that I am in the health and wellness industry. However, this is the perfect example of me demonstrating and practicing what I preach to my clients about taking time to pause and not pushing through at the expense of your mental, physical, and emotional health. Because business owner, entrepreneur or not, I am still a human being. If you're an employee or work for someone, or even a stay at home mom or dad, guess what? You're still a human being as well who needs to press pause every now and then so that you can continue to move forward. I think it's really important that we remember that we are human beings, not human doings. Yes, are we here to do some amazing things while on this planet, but again, not at the expense of your mental, physical, and emotional health, because then we wouldn't be producing our best work. And so for me, at the end of last year and the beginning of this year was a reminder and a perfect example of why, we really need to follow our own path and Mother Nature's cycle, and not the perpetual cycle of society that is not in sync with how our bodies were designed to function for optimal health or homeostasis. I personally needed to slow down, recalibrate, and pace myself into this new calendar year. And guess what? That's perfectly okay. And remember, everything is hibernating this time of year. We're not meant to be rolling full steam ahead, in the middle of winter. And if 2020 didn't show you how the current cycle and system is broken, I don't know what will. And side note to that, I don't think we've fully recovered or even grasped of what we all experienced over the past couple of years. Yes, are there data points coming out? Yes, but I really don't think we fully have had a chance to pause and process what we all went through, and how it's really, really, really impacted our mental, physical, and emotional health. But I'll touch on that another day. In any case, the current cycle we live in has produced the highest obesity, cancer, and chronic disease rates that we've seen in history. And this all leads to a society of unhappy and unhealthy individuals. This imbalanced living leads to imbalanced eating, imbalanced hormones, depression, anxiety, chronic stress, burnout, and worst case, an early demise. And I'll be getting into more of those topics in future videos, because here at Genuine Nutrition, and with me being an integrative nutritionist, executive wellness coach, it's always been about more than just nutrition. I am truly on a mission to change how you eat, live, and do business, and helping you become your best self through better health. And that's what we'll be diving more into on this channel. But for today, I wanted to go over a few important things to consider when pressing pause, and what that realistically looks like in this modern world. So, first things first is stop feeling guilty for pausing and taking time out for yourself. We have to do away with the notion that it's selfish to take time out for yourself. But unfortunately, this society has deemed it that way. But you have to remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. And I know that it might be difficult, but if you don't demand time for yourself, no one will. Also, take note of those who don't respect your request to pause, including employers, because those are the people that you don't want in your life, right? Secondly, it's like, what does pausing realistically look like in this modern world? I'll get that a lot. Pausing looks different for everyone. It doesn't have to be long, drawn out, or extravagant, unless you want it or need it to be, or even have the means to. It can be as simple as not responding to emails right away, or even a day or two. I promise they'll be there when you get back. It's going to be fine. Rescheduling a call or meeting for a time when you have the capacity to really be yourself instead of just pushing through. It's taking a walk in nature or around the office, after those back-to-back meetings. Hopefully you're not overextending yourself, but on those occasions when you do have those back-to-back meetings, it's taking a second to pause, recalibrate, so that you can go and be your best self for the rest of the day. It's having someone pick up the kids, while you take a breather, and/or having someone cook dinner for you. It's really the simple things that make a huge difference. And, these are all simple ways to press pause. And I think a lot of people overlook them because of the simplicity of them. But don't overlook the simplicity, because they make a huge difference compounded over time. And lastly, use the time how you want, okay? So to do absolutely nothing or whatever your heart desires. I love to read and journal. So for me, this most recent pause provided me the clarity, that I needed for my next steps, both personally and professionally. It gave me the time to sit, be still, and listen. And that's what pausing really does. It gives you that time to hear and be guided in the direction that you need to be, okay? It's not following the direction of what society tells you, it's doing what you want to do. And I know that may be a foreign concept because you may have forgotten, what you want, or, even forgotten how to ask. So it's really important that you flex that muscle, and start asking for what you want and need in your life, because if you don't ask for it, no one will. So, if you've been feeling out of balance or the pressure to come out of the gate swinging towards your goals at this top of the year, I hope this gentle reminder helps you, to take away some of that pressure and remind you that it's okay to pause, and be more thoughtful throughout your day to day. So I'm curious to know, how often do you pause? What do you do during your times of pausing? Or if you're like most people who are feeling guilty for pausing, how is that looking for you? And, how is that working for you? Let me know in the comments below. And, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I'm glad to be back. I'll be back posting weekly. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.